welcome. So today we're going to tackle that one big question on the exam paper. You know the one. The one that kind of makes everyone a little bit nervous? Well, we're going to turn all that fear into points on the board.
So take a look at this. This is exactly the kind of question we're talking about. It's long, it's packed with data, and yeah, it looks pretty intimidating. But honestly, that's kind of the point. It's designed to separate the students who know their stuff from the ones who really know their stuff. And by the end of this, you're going to have the tools to be one of the great ones.
That's right. This single question. 18 marks. That is a huge chunk of your entire paper, more than 10%. So today, we're not just going to answer it. No. We are going to build a foolproof method to make sure you get every single one of those marks.
Look, the secret here isn't just about memorizing biology. It's all about strategy. It's about learning to read the question the way an examiner thinks. The clues for the first few easy marks are right there, hiding in plain sight.
Okay, so before you even look at the little sub-questions, your first job is to just break down this introductory paragraph. This is where you find the easy marks that, a lot of people just miss. So let's do it together.
The very first thing you need to hunt for is the aim of the investigation. And guess what? They almost always give it to you directly. Look right here. The sentence literally says, the investigation aimed to examine the effective age on the ability to hear higher frequencies of sound. Boom. That's your first answer. Already in the bag.
All right, next up, find the independent variables. Now remember, these are just the things the scientists are changing or comparing to see what happens. In this text, it's super clear they're looking at different age groups and testing them at various frequencies of sound. And there you go. Those are our two independent variables. Simple.
And finally, we're on the lookout for the controlled variables. The things they kept exactly the same to make sure it's a fair test. Well, the text tells us they used a quiet, soundproof environment, and they calibrated the hearing equipment. Those are classic examples to make sure the results are legit.
See? We just completely decoded the whole setup without even breaking a sweat. So now, let's use that info to start banking those easy, foundational marks. The first few sub-questions are almost always based on what we just did.
And here's the proof. Look at this. Question 3.1.1 asks for the aim and the independent variables. And if you look at the official marking guideline on the right, the answers are exactly what we just highlighted, literally word for word. It really is that straightforward.
Now for question 3.1.3, describe the relationship. So to answer this, you just have to look at the data table they give you. Just scan your eyes across the rows, down the columns. What's the pattern? Well, it's pretty clear. As the age group gets older, the percentage of hearing goes down, especially for the high frequencies. So the relationship is simple. As age increases, the ability to hear higher frequencies decreases. That's 2 marks, just for spotting a trend.
Okay, reliability. For this, you're always looking for two main things, a big sample size and repetition. So let's look at the text. It says they used 4 groups of 16 participants. That's a pretty good sample size. And it says each participant underwent the hearing test 3 times. That's repetition. Bingo! 2 more marks in the bag.
All right, team, buckle up. Now for the main event, the 6-mark graph. This is where so many students just needlessly throw away marks, but not you, not after today. There's a system, a checklist, and we're going to absolutely master it. All you got to do is memorize this checklist, TCLSP. That's it. Type, caption, labels, scale, and plotting. This is your blueprint for a perfect 6-mark graph every single time. So you choose the right type of graph, write a full caption with both variables, correctly label your axes with their units, choose a consistent scale, and then plot your points with precision. Follow those steps, and you can't go wrong.
Now listen up, because this is super important. This is a direct quote from the examiner's memo. It is literally an inside tip. It tells you exactly where students mess up. If you draw a bar graph when you should have drawn a line graph, you instantly lose marks for type and for scale. Poof, that's 2 marks just gone.
And this table just brilliantly lays out the other common mistakes. Now this is for my high flyers, the ones aiming for that 100%. So what if you swap the axes by accident? Well, the memo says you can actually still get full marks, but only if you swap the labels correctly too. But if you swap the axes and forget to swap the labels, you're going to lose marks for labels and scale. Knowing these little rules is like having the examiner's answer key right there in your head.
So here's the most important point. We haven't just answered one question here. We've actually built a powerful, repeatable strategy.
This isn't just about a question on hearing loss. This is a blueprint for taking on any data-based investigation question they could possibly throw at you. So this is your game plan from now on. You're going to read that intro actively, you're going to use the text to bank those easy marks right away, you're going to follow TCLSP for every single graph, then you're going to double-check your work for those common mistakes we talked about. This is how you walk into that exam with a clear method, turning all that anxiety into pure confidence.
So if you found this useful, and if you're feeling a bit more confident now, do me a quick favor. Hit that like button and share this with a friend who you think needs it. And of course, make sure you follow Mr. Chi on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, all of them, for more exam-winning strategies just like this one.
Okay, the blueprint is officially yours. Now go find the toughest investigation question you can and try this method. The real question isn't whether it works. We know it does. It's how many marks you're ready to go out and claim. Let me know down in the comments what other tricky exam questions you want me to break down next. Let's conquer them together.